Many books I've been reading, many esoteric disciplines I went in because I felt there is more between the heaven and the earth. But I couldn't find it. And I had this feeling inside. And after years, I found myself in the park on Sunday morning. Everybody's still sleeping. And was pondering within once again, like always. Because it doesn't stop, you know. The brain doesn't stop. If you really search for something and you haven't found it, your brain just keeps on. You're into your mind. So this Sunday morning I was walking through the park and I just felt this attraction to this thin layer of ice on the water. I looked around, if there was somebody, and just the idea came up. I go into that water. Once again, I looked around, I undressed myself, went into the water, and I felt deeply inside. It silenced me. I felt, this is it, without thinking. Later, I began to know, yes, the cold brings you in a deeper connection with the deeper parts of the brain, which is the adrenaline, the reptilian mode, the primitive brain, the reactionary brain, which is not thinking, but only feeling. This is what I was looking for, something beyond religion, beyond concepts of philosophy. Or if you do this, this happens, all kinds of disciplines, but never this depth in my brain connected with the depth of my body. And that moment, it made me feel really good. Just 1 minute, it was the first time. I played a little bit with the ice, and I was witnessing, I didn't feel the cold whatsoever. I felt power, just internal power, which is connection. And this connection, if you feel it and you get out, then you have triggered something inside, something deep. And it makes you feel good, because feeling good is deep connection. And I took it home. I wasn't thinking about it. I was just into this feeling. Gave me a rush. So the other day I came back and I did the same thing. I had the same feel. And I came back every day. And I lengthened in time because I felt I was able to do that. At a certain moment, I began to become aware I was breathing more deeper. And this deeper breathing brought about an oxygenation in my body, tingling and all kinds of sensations. And I could, after like 25 of these breaths in the ice water, stay 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. No problem, no force, just feeling underneath the ice. Silence, pure silence from within and out. Connection. It brought this deeper feeling, connection about, and from there I was totally convinced within, and always went back. Because people thought of me as a crazy man who's gonna sit in the freezing waters like 35 years ago. And he must be crazy. And what people think, it affects in a certain way. I just kept it secluded. I was always going into the park where I lived in the south of in Amsterdam, just between two trees. Nobody could see me there. I just did my thing because I just felt very peaceful, powerful, silenced. And that's the way it all started. And from there I became aware that there is a deeper power, and I challenged it. And at certain moments I could sit all night long in the shorts outside in freezing temperatures. That's power. That's something beyond what we think. It's just feeling, pure feeling. And it made me do all kinds of things, like snow. Okay, you go walk barefoot for hours and hours. No problem. Feeling good. Just that. Because I've always been looking for what is life about? What is the real sense of life? And you cannot find it in the books. You are the book. You got to open up and begin to read, to be conscious of what you have inside. And that's my conviction. We are made to be happy, strong, and healthy. And right now, making a big step, we got it into the science that we are able, everybody, to tap into the autonomic nervous system in 2 days. I found this shortcut, the key to the depth of our physiology, the way nature has meant it to be. And that brings about the ability to tap into the deepest layers, which is the endocrine systems, immune systems. And what is endocrine systems? All that makes you happy, or those are hormones, happy hormones. All that makes you powerful, those are adrenaline hormones. And what is health is just tapping in all the layers of the immune system. And we got it. And now it's in the books. You know, after 30 years of mockery, which I endured, it's belief. A man is not able to endure 30 years of mockery if he hasn't got this belief. What I felt was there. Nobody could say, hey, what you do is craziness. No, I felt a whole lot better than ever before. So that was my conviction, and I stayed in it. And this belief finally got through the wall of both ignorance and the way we think we can handle our physiology. My conviction is, once again, we are meant to be able to tap in anytime into our system to make us happy, strong, healthy. We alienated from that, and I'm gonna bring it back. Because what does a mother want for her child? And the mother is the one who gives the birth to our existence. She wants it to be happy, strong, and healthy. And if there is a lack, you compensate with possession, with money, security, because you cannot guarantee health, happiness, and strength. I respect the code very much. It's my teacher. It is merciless but righteous. This quarreling of the mind is stilled in you just survive. And not only survive, you find out, if you are relaxed, that you are able to endure. And this power within begins to grow, which is dealing with the impact of this force called the cold. And then afterwards you feel, wow, I'm filled up with power. Breathing brings about, it changes the chemistry toward the way nature has meant us to be. Or like, did you ever see a rabbit going to a psychiatrist or a pharmacy or a hospital? One day before a rabbit is dying, it's still able to flee, fight, eat, and to do it all. They have fear, real fears. Flee, fight, predators, and all that. We are really down because we think we are superior to nature. We dress up all the time. We actually disconnect ourselves from nature because there is no stimulation. It's a neutral zone. So the body gets weakened. The brain-body connection gets weakened. Oxygen is less because there is no stimulation. If it would be colder here, you would breathe deeper naturally. And that activates all the veins. We got 125,000 kilometers, which is about 80,000 miles of capillaries, arteries, veins, and all channels of blood. In blood transports oxygen. Nature did a perfect job until we began to screw it up. Sometimes you got to go back to the way the nature has meant us to be. If we are able to make iPhones, that's the fruit of our mind. Okay, we are there. We got all the technology, but we cannot have control over our happiness, strength, and health. It's time we take this intelligence and go within.
This video is sponsored by Blinkist. Reading books is great, but I've talked about this many times before. Many books are written very inefficiently and should be much shorter than they are. Not only that, sometimes you just don't have the time to read a whole book, or you might want to just go back and review the main ideas without reading the whole thing again. This is why I use and recommend Blinkist. It's a great app that takes information from the best books and condenses it to 15 minutes that you can read or listen to. For someone looking to learn, I really think this might be one of the best apps out there right now. I recommend starting with a summary for any book on the Fight Mediocrity beginner's reading list, or any of the books that are in my Blinkist library right now. If that sounds good, head over to blinkist.com/fightmediocrity or click the link in the description below. You can give it a try for 7 days completely free, and if you don't want to continue, you can cancel at any time. As a Fight Mediocrity viewer, you'll also get 25% off if you decide you want the full membership. Thanks for watching.